Hello and welcome to EV Racing TV News, a show where we promote and showcase alternative energy through motorsports racing and high-performance vehicles. On this, our debut episode, I will be talking about Rhys Millen sets a Pikes Peak hill climb record for EVs. Formula E is set to do battle in London for the two final races of the season. The National Electric Drag Racing Association Points Championship Plus. What does the Dakar Rally, Tesla P85, a Mercedes, and a Formula E car have in common? I'll tell you. Thank you very much for joining us. We're very excited to be here. Ready, go. Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, also known as the Race to the Clouds, concluded its event this past weekend. The 100-year-old hill climb for cars, trucks, and motorcycles in the respective classes is a timed race in Colorado outside of Colorado Springs. The track segment of the mountain is 12 miles long with 156 turns and rises to an elevation an elevation of over 14,000 feet. Although the number one spot in the top class was won by a conventional motor car with a time of 8 minutes and 51 seconds, second, third, and fifth places were electrics. And for the first time, an electric dipped under the 9-minute mark. The second spot honor went to Rhys Millen in the EOPP 100. He set a record time of 8 minutes and 57 seconds. Third went to Tetsuya I totally apologize for butchering your names. If I'm getting these wrong, I do apologize for that. Tatsuya Yamano in the Acura NSX concept with a 9 minute and 6 seconds. Fifth place was Taima Remick in the E-Runner Concept 1 with a run of 9 minutes and 51 seconds. Blake Fuller brought his fully caged, race-ready Tesla P90D and set a new production electric car record of 11 minutes and 48 seconds. Electric motorcycles are no stranger to this event, and Don Kennett was second fastest among the bikes with his PPC electric victory with a 10-minute and 17-second run. 3 0FXs followed suit with 11:10, a 11:20, and 11:31. These electric machines and their pilots are only going to get faster and faster with the hard work and the dedication of the teams and the advancements in battery and motor technology. Speed records are just going to continue to fall. We would like to congratulate everybody who participated in this year's hill climb. Good on ya. F1 has gone electric and they're calling it Formula E or E-Prix. I even heard it E1 a couple of times, which makes sense because they have F1, now they have E1. Makes sense. They're well into the second season of racing with the last two races of the season being a doubleheader in London. The first of the two races is on July 2nd and the final race is on July 3rd. Each race being a separate event with practice, qualifying, and racing on each day. With the points championship spread being so close, it's just 11 points between Sebastian Buemi and in the lead with 202 and Lucas di Grassi with 191. And Sam Bird is in third place with 119. This year's championship is definitely up for grabs and it looks to be for some very exciting races in London. And last year, the championship was won by Nelson Piquet Jr. of Next TV TCR with Buemi 1 point behind him. Lucas Degrassi came in third last year as well. Just came in third last year. In the first season of 2014-15, all the cars shared the same powertrain, with one motor, 5-speed transmissions, and 28 kilowatts of power in the battery pack. For the second season, the powertrain has been opened up for development by each individual team to choose their particular setup. That may include 1 or 2 motors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 speed transmissions, and the battery pack remains the same throughout each car. There is a great YouTube channel called Engineering Explained, and it goes through the cars in greater detail, and I recommend checking out this video, which I will include in the link down below. There's quite a bit to catch up on the race series, so I highly recommend checking out the Formula E website and watching some videos and doing some reading. I will put some links down below to get you started. There's a great catch-up video. It's called Degrassi versus Buemi, Formula E Final Round Preview, London Calling. It entails some of the past season's highlights and, some of the highlights of this year's past highlights and this year's racing and the current standings. It's a bit long at 51 minutes, but it's definitely worth checking out. I'll put a link down below as well. Let's talk about drag racing, electric drag racing. The National Electric Drag Racing Association, also known as NEDRA, is getting more popular every year with the advancements of motor and battery technology. I was on my way to converting my fuel-altered to electric when the fire broke out and destroyed much of my equipment and some of my car, thus leading me down the path to this show, which you are watching right now. This year, they have enough participants to create a points championship and is separated by class and voltage. It seems that world records are being broken at almost every event. NEDRA are drag racing fans, electric drag racer owners and drivers, individuals interested in promoting the sport of electric vehicle drag racing, EV part suppliers, and EV manufacturers and other environmentally concerned companies and individuals. There is by now no doubt about the performance of electric cars at the racetrack and their ability to outperform cars of a much higher stature and cost. The future of electric drag racing is very bright with the advancements of battery technology and the dedication and hard work of those advancing the sport. The insane amount of torque which is needed to launch fast drag race cars is very impressive indeed. And John Metric of Lone Star Racing and president of NEDRA has a dragster that puts out an incredible 1,200 brake horsepower from his Lone Star EV Performance sleeper cells and 2,250 foot-pounds of torque. That's right, 2,250 pounds of torque. That's a lot. That's like a cornucopia of torque, if you will. That current combination holds the 8th mile drag racing record at 4.75 seconds at 155.63 seconds. Miles per hour. The quarter mile record is held by Sean Lawless's Rocket. That's a drag bike driven by Larry Spider-Man McBride. And he has a time set of 6 seconds and 6.94 seconds in the quarter mile at 201 miles an hour. You can find a list of all current record holders on the NEDRA website. Good things come from that group, definitely. We'll keep you updated on the progress, and of course, a link to their pages, and the description is down below. What does the Dakar Rally, Tesla, Mercedes, and Formula E have in common? They all have electric cars, and this man right here, Agustin Paya, a dedicated race car driver, and since 2009 has set his sights on sustainable energy in motorsports. I strongly believe that technology development offered by electric prototypes competition will contribute positive and directly to the evolution improvement of the development of electric vehicles. Present and in the future of the mobility and the sustainability in the world, Pius says. Well, guess what he went and did? He teamed up with a man named Mark Gemmell, and now the CEO of the newly announced Electric GT World Series. What is an Electric GT World Series, you might ask? Augustin and Mark have teamed up to create a Tesla GT racing series. Yes, they have. The eGT, the Age of Light, is set to kick off in 2017, utilizing the Tesla the Model S P85. The racing series will start in Europe and a year later expand to the United States and then on to Asia. GT stands for Grand Touring. It's one of my favorite classes of race cars and my favorite style of motorsports. And fingers crossed, someday I will get the opportunity to drive one in one form or another. The Model S is one good-looking car, probably because it takes most of its cues from the Aston Martin family, such as this gorgeous DB9. Also, one of my favorite supercars. Put it or the Vanquish in race trim and it looks like this. Put a Model S in GT race trim and it will look like this. Teaser. Mark Gemmell states that the powertrain will remain as it is left the Tesla factory, and upgrades will include body modifications and suspension upgrades on race tires. I'm really looking forward to this race series, and of course, we will bring you all the latest news and updates. There's a great interview with Mark from this YouTube channel called From the Frunk, which is a channel dedicated to Tesla vehicles and their owners. I'll put a descript down below, of course. So, that's going to do it for this episode. For all of us here at EV Racing TV News, thank you so much for your support. Oh, again, if I mispronounced your name, which I probably did, I'm pretty sure that I did. My apologies. I will work on that and I'll improve in the future. See y'all next time. Cheers.